that. It's like 8th grade. Smell that shit. Oh, what is that, Sarah? Yeah, you're the man.
Really, it was just a tuna pack.
Yeah. My mom packed me tuna.
That reminds me of Little Monsters. The cat food, the tuna.
I was about to say, I missed that scene.
Oh,
Where you go smell that? That was the room next door.
Oh, he put the cat food on the tuna sandwich.
All right,
Apple
five,
juice for piss.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Welcome to another episode of GDC podcast. It's already been a shit show, but I'm your host Jeremy. This is my brother Dick. What's going on, Dick?
It's happening.
This episode could be just straight up
amazing.
Sure.
Because everything you've done today has been amazing, Caleb.
Yeah. We may get into that later.
Worst podcast in history.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, not much worse than my week is,
There goes the computer.
It's going high.
bro.
You better save your
Not
notes.
much worse than my week is gone. My wife broke her leg in 83 places.
It's only a couple rods in it.
You know, an 18-inch rod and
She's just got a titanium leg now.
half a dozen screws, you know. And she's about the size of a full-grown raccoon. So she's 30% metal right now.
Pretty sure Rocket off Guardians of the Galaxy is about the same size.
We done went nerdy, and I don't have a fucking clue what that meant.
First 8 minutes.
Oh shit.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, my wife,
We're not
we're not going down that road. Whatever he said. Something about a galaxy.
Me and Caleb can go down that road.
Yeah,
Nope.
we'll do that later. Podcast after dark.
So No,
No,
this is what would be after dark with you, Caleb. I wore this for you. So my wife broke her leg in 92 different places.
Wait.
They gained 9 breaks all of a sudden.
Oh,
It went from 82 to 92.
it doesn't matter. Her leg is mush. Okay.
It's got rods in it now.
She-
Rods
It's
and
a
screws and
titanium leg
plates
now.
and
Now she's the bionic woman.
yep.
Either way, I will say she's tough as shit because
Because what?
I built like a little barn door
Stroke just happened.
baby gate thing to get into our living room. She just stepped over it, missed one step, hit the next step. I'm in the pisser. I come out. We have friends over. My buddy's like, "Hey, your wife hurt her leg," and I'm like, "What else is new?" She's clumsy. She hurts her legs multiple times a day.
There's a lot of wine.
So she's just
Covered.
over there holding on to her shin, like, "Oh, babe, it hurts." And I'm like, "All right, well, let me check it. I'll be nice. I'm trying to, get it in later.
Points.
Like, I'm trying to get some points. So I walk over there, and I'm like, "Let me see." And she's like, pulls her hands off her shin, and the bone's just straight up in the air. And I'm like, okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and maybe take you to get you checked in. Cover it up because she doesn't even like to watch people get hurt on YouTube. So I don't want her to look down. I love people getting hurt. I love people.
I love watching you get hurt.
I might punch you in this podcast. Just laugh. Like, I love people getting hurt, but I'll pick her up. And I'm like, all right, let's go get checked. And before I get into the next story, so up until yesterday, she was like wondering. She was like, "You just checked on me, and you were so concerned, and you just picked me up right away." I said, "Let's go get checked." And up until yesterday, I'm like, "Your bone was out." That I was trying not to freak you out, and she's like, I was wondering, you're not that nice. And I'm like, no. Normally I'll be like, rub some dirt on that, you puss. Let's go.
Let's not get hysterical, wife.
Let's go. I didn't want her to look down. So I pick her up. I tell my friends, I'm like, hey, I have kids here and you're taking care of them. Good friends. Love them to death. Shout out you and you. I don't know if you want your name on here. Probably not. So I pick her up, I get her out, and I get there to the driveway, and I'm like, I take her car because she has a bigger vehicle. So I'm like, I can't turn her around, can't move because my car's right here, and I'm like, F it. So I put her head under the glove compartment. Her whole body's in the floorboard, and then her legs on the passenger seat.
Remember the part where he said he was nice?
Her legs on the passenger seat.
Went out the window.
And she's like, babe! I'm like, you want me to move you? No! All right.
God, that had to be a horrible ride to the hospital.
We agree on something. Said, I swear to God,
you hit every pothole, didn't you?
every pothole, every bump, it was
Every
like, why are you hitting every bump? I'm like,
that reminds me of you acting like a
okay, shut the hell up.
about your shoulder.
Did you call him in China?
So,
He knows it's true. That's why he's telling me to shut up.
every 27 feet, are we almost there? I'm like, I will let you know. Okay.
So which hospital did you guys go to?
Why does that matter?
How far does it
How
from your house
far?
is what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
I
Just
mean,
say you don't have to say where she went. Just how many miles. That's a good distance.
11 minutes, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Austin.
Oh, so that's when somebody told me you went to the main campus.
Well, it went there.
They
'cause
moved. Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
getting there.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say they moved right there.
So-
I was about to say.
So
He's not driving that.
So, well,
So that'd be horrible.
to go back, like, we went out with dinner with friends, and I partake.
Oh.
That's so funny.
Keep going.
Okay.
The story's
So
getting good.
I mean, we went to dinner. We had a couple drinks. I mean, not
Festive beverages.
festive.
Festivus.
I found a bar that has a $1 Busch Lights. We'll talk about that after the podcast. So I get there, and
Except for that
I
tastes like piss water.
I'm not a. I don't know how we're brothers. I really don't.
Don't know.
I don't. So I get there. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
flavor.
I'm not parking. So I park right in that front. You know what I mean. I'm.
The emergency.
Jump out. Before I open the door and turn around, there's some dude who was like, "Sounds like it looks like an emergency." I'm like,
Bad signal.
"Well, we're at the emergency room, so yeah, it is." You know, even if you have one beer, you got that smart. I'm like, well, yeah, it says there emergency room, so yes, it's urgent.
Right, if it wasn't urgent, I'm not paying the copay for emergency.
Which I also don't get because urgent care closes at 8. Like, how urgent is it?
It's urgent until 8.
Yeah.
So,
After
Well,
8.
yeah, about 7:30.
oh, you need help? I'm like, well, yeah, because her head's under the dashboard here, and I'd rather her cut you out than me. He's like, all right, I'll go get it, and they got her out. So I go park. I come in. They're like, she's really messed up. I'm like, yeah. I'm
Like I knew that already.
You all are supposed to be smart. Like, I know. I brought her here because something was wrong.
But a lot of really smart people have no
Hey,
common
it's real
sense.
bad. I'm like,
Yeah, we know.
I know. How'd she do it? And I'm like, she was just stepping over the little gate. And she missed a step and hit the next step and stumbled. And they're like, that's really bad for that. And I'm like, yeah. They looked at me.
I think she needs to drink some more milk.
They looked at me and go,
She hates milk.
ma'am, is that true?
They were thinking domestic violence.
It's no, it's no secret. It's no,
You
it's
beat her with a baseball bat.
It's no secret. I'm not a small guy. I'm tatted up, and they literally go, "Is that true?" And they, ma'am, is that true? I'm like, "Are you shitting me right now?"
It's like my wife's leg is broken.
So
I did not
this
break
is the
it.
nurse, hooking her up, getting her vitals. And she has Then comes the doctor and goes, hey, so what happened? Nurse goes, she missed a step and hit another step and she messed up her leg.
And the doctor's like,
Doctor goes, is that what really happened? I'm like, what the fuck?
all of a sudden, here comes the cops.
I'm like, is this real life right now? I had to do this 3 times every time my children were born. I left the room and they're like, ma'am, do you get beat? I'm like, I come back in the room with coffee and they're like, they asked me again if you beat me. And I'm like, ain't this supposed to be 2021? You know what I mean? Like, can we not judge the book by its cover?
It's only okay for certain people to do that.
I don't know.
A certain party,
Yeah.
political party.
I wanted to just be like, you know what? I got pissed. I Muay Thai kicked her in the leg because my dinner was late. All right? Like, what do you... No, I beat her ass and then drove her here and I'm standing. And using my insurance card. What the... What? No! So I have been nice since then. It's been almost a week now. Shit. Almost a week.
That's a record.
I've been nice for a week.
That's hard. That's hard to do.
But
You've been nice for a week before.
But it
But it's
turned...
because you didn't talk to her for that whole week.
Yeah.
He had to think about it for a second.
But then it turned. I think it was either last night or the night before, and we're in bed, and I looked over at her and I'm like, so how am I supposed to go without Pat? And she goes, I don't know. I'm like, well, she's like, where are you going for me? Where are you getting at? And I'm like, well, how are we supposed to do this? And I was like, hey, your leg's broken. She's like, I know, I feel it. And I said, you know what's not broken? Your mouth. And she's like, oh my God,
Jeremy,
you're an asshole.
Yep.
And I'm like,
there it is.
I said, well, I mean, you could just roll. I can't even position myself to do anything. I'm like, listen, at this point, I will do a plank. You don't have to move. I will do a plank. I will hold a world record plank just to get where I need to go. That didn't go over well.
Nope.
So I tried to go back to nice mode.
You screwed that up.
And I'm like, babe.
That's
You done screwed that up.
So I'm like, babe, so I'm thinking tomorrow because it's late at night. I'm like, babe, what's your favorite snack? Cottage cheese. The hell did you just say? I said, what's your favorite snack? She goes, cottage cheese.
Not side.
I'm like, what? Dick, please help. What's your definition of a snack?
In a roundabout way, if you can't go into a speedway and pick it up, it's not a snack.
That's almost me. Like I said, if you're on a trip,
You pick
it's
it up.
something you can eat on a trip. Like no one goes, where are you going? Speedway. Oh, you need gas? No, I need cottage cheese.
I need some spoiled milk. Please.
Caleb.
I'm just gonna put it out there. There is cottage cheese at Speedway.
Now we know why he messes up all the time.
Right.
If he goes to Speedway and gets cottage cheese.
Who picks up cottage cheese at a gas station even if they had it?
Who gets sushi at gas stations, but yet they still sell it?
People
Not
that
one
don't, people
person-
that don't like their stomach.
Not one person mentions sushi.
Sushi?
Sushi? Sushi?
I ate sushi the other day.
Speedway.
It was
Not
not
from
from Speedway.
This is from BP.
It was actually from Kroger.
Hey,
But cottage cheese is not a snack.
No.
It's okay. So
It's a side dish.
Yeah.
So depending on
In
your,
spring.
depending
Nowhere
on your
else.
dietary needs, it could be a snack if you are strictly on a diet. technically.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
You know what's a snack when you're on a diet? It's like one of those little 100 calorie packs that look like little brownies. That's a snack.
Celery sticks.
That's in the same like
That's not a side.
ballpark
Nobody.
as
No.
You're going to say
that is a
celery
snack.
is in the same ballpark as cottage cheese.
Yes,
I like cottage cheese, but it's not a snack.
Celery can sit out for 9 days. You can eat a celery stick. Cottage cheese,
You let it sit out
you
for
got to put it in a bowl,
a.
get a spoon,
Well, you don't really have to put it in a bowl. You can see it straight out of the
And if
container
it's-
like I do.
Exactly.
and if
With
it,
some pepper.
Yep. That's some salt.
But it's still not a snack.
but if it sits out for roughly 9 minutes, no. You got to eat cottage cheese directly while it's cold. You can eat warm cottage chease. Is that what-
No.
No,
No,
I'm
not saying
not
I wanna
saying
throw
that. I'm
And
just
then
saying
that
the 9 minutes is a very, very like forgiving number there. I'm thinking like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Nah, don't get cold. Don't
which
get
is
one that
not a
quick,
snack.
But it's just not a snack.
All right, I'll concede it's not a snack.
You're not on the way to Florida and you pull over in
some cottage cheese.
Bucksnort, Tennessee.
We've
What was
been
that?
Yeah, we got T-shirts. And I gotta get that cottage cheese. They got the greatest.
there. Dude, I'm not eating cottage cheese from Bucksnort.
No.
I'll eat jerky from there though.
Is that what we had there?
I don't know. Let's not.
I don't know, but it's
Shout out
it's
to
in,
Bucksnort, Tennessee.
It's in Tennessee, so they probably killed something. It's probably got some good jerky.
Probably. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, enough of that because my one rule that my wife gave me was not to talk about her, and that just went over. Will
About 12 minutes.
About 12 minutes, yeah.
Okay. What? This is also what we learned this week that the NFL is now going 17 games.
Yep. They just picked up
Is it
San
with-
Francisco.
We picked up Seattle.
I know the Browns gained a home game.
So did we. We got a home game.
We got a game.
How did the AFC North all
Did
pick
the
up a
Ravens
home
get a
game?
home game too? Hey, Google man.
Is that how it's going to work? Like you
Since
get
you're
a
still
home
my
game and
computer.
then you got 9 away games the next year?
Yep. That's exactly how it works.
Did you see where the NFL came out with when they announced that they had 17 games? They were like, first and foremost, this is for the player's safety, and I'm like, did you see that?
I'm sure that's what
they
said.
get to host the Rams. So
So the
basically-
whole AFC North got a home game,
and they're
which
playing
means the whole.
and they're
So they're
playing
just
the
going to
AFC
rotate it
West.
every year, probably by division, and
Yeah, because I was gonna say
it's probably just the easiest way since they threw it.
we've
so
got
quick.
Seattle. You guys have got
We got that whole division.
Okay, so
Yeah, we got Cardinals,
yep, there it is. So
Yep.
we got the
We got
entire
San
division.
Francisco.
so we're just going to swap probably next year.
Yeah.
But when they came out with the 17 game, like,
And I like that they added the 17 game as the different conference. I think
Yeah.
it's cooler that we play a fifth
Yeah.
non-conference game. I think I like that.
Is
better.
it because we have the toughest schedule? AFC North has the toughest schedule this year.
Again.
I seem like we always do. Tom Brady somehow has the weakest
Last
schedule.
year
It
we
doesn't matter
didn't.
what team he plays for; he gets the weakest schedule every
Yeah.
year somehow.
No,
I don't know
AFC
how this even works.
AFC North had
It
the
was-
second easiest last year. Yeah, we did.
How?
Yeah, we did.
We were all the top 3 teams were all
They're
killers.
talking about
last
from the
year.
year before. Is how they go about the schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
By the end of the year, no. I mean, we had
we were
3
killing
teams that are
each
11
other.
and 5 or better.
I was gonna say we had 3
I mean,
teams
we had to
that were
play-
just killing each
We
other.
had 6 games at least against 4 against 11 and 5 teams and 2 against a 12 and 4 team.
Like our
So I know by the end of the year we probably have one of the toughest
the
schedules.
Steelers versus
took
the
it at the end of
Bengals
the
the
year.
first game that was a killer. Like it beat both of our teams up. Browns and Steelers, we killed each other. Ravens and Steelers, we freaking lost 2 players in our game. And then obviously the second meeting of the Browns, we got destroyed. And the second meeting of the Bengals, we got
Hey,
destroyed.
guess what? Third meet, you also got stomped. Got your ass stomped.
How'd that go against the Chiefs though?
Oh, you want to talk about that?
You lost.
'Cause we should have won.
Speaking of the Chiefs,
You still lost.
they got Jaron Reed.
Yeah, they got
That's not
Jared
fair. That's not fair.
Freaking Chiefs are like signing people left and right.
If the NFL becomes like the NBA, I'm gonna be livid.
It already is.
I mean, it can. Any sport can do that, even with salary cap, if everybody wants to take less.
I was gonna
How
say.
do you think Tom Brady always gets players?
Well, I was gonna say
They got
did you-
all 22
did you-
starters back.
We
because
just talked
yeah.
about it in episode 3, but we wouldn't know that because Caleb. But
We know it.
I ain't taking any pay cut for your ass.
yeah, no.
But no,
But a lot of people
You know
will.
what? My
But-
children's
but-
children are probably gonna need fed.
Yeah, but you got to think of Tom Brady. His wife makes not even, more than twice as much than he does.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. So,
When you gotta
He's
think
so
about
rich.
Tom Brady ain't even the breadwinner.
No.
What the? What? Either way. But yes, when they came out with the 17 game, they were like, it's for the safety of the players. And I'm like, what? You have an extra game
The thing,
to get hurt.
if you read about the thing that kills me is all the players are complaining about the 17th game. Which I understand.
Yes.
You get beat up. But do you know this has been in the CBA since 2006 that the owners could have done this for free anytime before this year?
Yep.
But
They're giving them more money this year and taking the 17 game. But since 2006, they could have went up to 18 games for free at any time.
Well, yeah.
It never did.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
So I don't know why they're complaining for, what was that, 15 years they didn't do it.
well,
When they could have done it and
it's because
said, screw you, basically.
No.
it's because you're not a player. Like, I understand. So you have a set you have a set contract, and you're like, wait, I got to play an extra game for the same money. That's like you say. There's your work saying you got to work 6 days a week,
But technically,
but we're paying you the same salary.
Is it an extra game because they're basically now?
But when you sign a contract,
It is the same game.
When you sign a contract,
Same
you sign
amount
for
of
you
People
sign
who
for
have
a
a big
year.
contract are not playing 4 preseason games.
No, but it's the same amount of games.
But you sign a
no matter
contract
what.
for a year.
Exactly.
You don't sign it per game.
All right,
Exactly.
You get this check per game.
Yep. That's how the NFL finds you if you don't play a game.
And it
you
actually
lose.
helps. The reason why this got voted in anyway was because most of the players that make minimum, which is most of the league,
Yeah.
they make minimum or small amounts. They're going to make more money
Yeah.
because they have to pay them a certain amount minimum. I can't remember what it is for that 17th game. So they're all making more money. So yeah, they're going to vote on it because that's their livelihood. Yeah, the people making $40 million a year.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, you went from 2.5 billion a game to 2.35.
Well, that,
Nobody
what
cares.
when I first heard this, it felt the money thing.
I mean, I can understand them being mad, but for fans, we love it.
No,
I love it. It's an extra game. For
oh,
me
I
to
get to. I have a
watch.
chance to go insane in this
I mean-
basement for
I mean, I'd like to have
Another
20,
week.
just even though you need the preseason, but let's just call it 20 regular season
the
games.
first
Call it
thing
a
that
day.
came to my mind is records.
Oh, yeah, records are going to go out the window.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
another game. But, I mean, that happened before anyway. We went from 14 to 16.
Yep.
Like in 2 games.
But they didn't keep records until 72.
Some records.
Some records.
Okay, wait,
Like sacks
Here's
that
the
happened
thing.
until the merger. And
Caleb.
things like that.
I know his opinion. I believe. Who's a better running back, Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith?
You know my answer.
Him to even think about it is making
about to
me
go punch him.
so mad.
I'm about to go punch him.
I'm
You shouldn't even
go-
have to think about that.
I'm going with Barry Sanders.
Okay,
Okay, at least you got the right answer eventually.
You thought about it though, which even is
I was.
in every aspect on every sports show. They're like Emmitt Smith is the best, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, he's got this record. And I'm like,
He also
you
had the best
realize
offensive line in history.
Yeah.
he had the best line in history, and he ran 7 more years than Barry Sanders. If Barry Sanders,
Yeah.
If he went 7 more years, his record would never be broken.
no,
And I think the problem a lot of sports shows have with it is Barry Sanders never won a Super Bowl.
That's not his fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault, but that
he did what he did on a terrible team.
for
He played 10 seasons and averaged over 1,500 yards a season.
and that's just
That's-
the thing is that's the killer.
That's his
is
average for his career.
Any sports show out there, they
If you get
always go with
1,500
what the
yards
Super Bowl is.
twice in your career, you're like
I did good.
Hall of Fame.
I had a fucking good year.
No, I haven't that shit.
Over 10 years, over a decade.
Yeah.
Mhm. And you know what? I also had the worst line
Yep.
in NFL history.
Oh yeah.
Emmitt Smith ain't even the top 2. I have Barry, then Jim Brown.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric Dickerson,
Yep.
I would still probably I'd put Walter Payton ahead of Emmett. Even though
Yeah.
Walter.
I'd arguably put OJ. He played in 14 game seasons. So I put OJ probably over Emmett.
Hey.
We're not talking about off the field.
Sensitive world right
We're
now.
not talking about off the field.
We're talking about on field. He was a great player.
Sensitive world right now.
We're talking about football. We're not talking about Bronco chases.
So, but even so, you know, like that 1,000-yard season for running backs and wide receivers are like that. If you get that, you're like, I'm content.
Yep.
Is it now just mediocre?
I think so.
For what did I read a stat? Now they would only have to average 129.3 or something like that to break Dickerson's record.
So here's the question.
My boy
now.
Chuck.
Now we have the
Nicholas
discussion
Chubb's
where,
gonna break that shit. It's you, Caleb.
Let's go. Interference. It's all good. But now we have that issue with Drew Brees retired with that passing record. Now he's going to lose it because.
But he had like
Tom Brady has an extra.
Brady
game
was
to
going
He
to break
had,
those
like-
anyway because he's playing this year.
He
So
has-
That's true.
But you know, I thought you were talking about the most 5,000 yard seasons. He ain't gonna break that because
Now
Breeze had like
20.
5 of the 6.
he's had like 6.
I'm
Nobody
sorry.
has more than 1. I don't
I
think.
love Breeze. Anybody that gives Breeze shit, I just want to headbutt you right now. I love that.
They always want to talk about how he didn't throw the ball down the field, but he didn't need to.
Guess what? Tom Brady has been in the bottom half of throwing it downfield his entire career.
He gets rid of the ball so quick, that's why he don't get sacked.
And he has 7 Super Bowls now.
Why'd you have to think about that? Why
But
did you
that
think
was my point,
I wasn't-
asshole.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me thinking.
I
that
don't
was me
even.
going,
I don't
"Hey."
even want to like give him credit because
Yeah, I know.
either way,
How many years did he just terrorize the AFC North and killed each team every year? Yeah.
not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, he really didn't. It was his
It was just you guys.
It was his division that he was in. Just
Was
you
bad.
knew you had
They
a guaranteed 6 wins.
They had no quarterbacks besides Tom Brady in that. Now they do after he left.
Yeah. Now
Nah,
the division's
Right
good.
now they're getting stacked with quarterbacks in that division.
Nah,
Keep talking,
He-
Denver. I need some bourbon.
He ran from Jared Allen because Jared Allen only got.
He ran from Jared
Jared
Allen.
Allen is a defensive end for
That
the Minnesota
retired
Vikings.
years ago.
10 decades. 10 years.
10 decades ago?
100 years ago,
Look at
people.
your bourbon. 10 decades
I
ago.
can't
He
think
retired
about it.
100 years ago when he was only like 40. Jeez. But no. Josh Allen. You got Tua.
Yeah,
You got Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson. Probably Zach Wilson.
Tua's getting traded. They're not gonna keep him.
Yeah, they are. They traded back for that reason. They're not taking another quarter. Do you pay
Caleb,
attention?
Caleb. Do your research.
Right.
I
They're gonna
am.
pick up, they moved back to 12 to get picks, and then they moved up to 6 because they want a playmaker for Tua. They're not drafting a quarterback.
They thought-
If they wanted a quarterback, they would have stayed right where they were at.
They thought maybe they'd get Deshaun
But-
Watson before he probed 21 women.
Speaking of fleecing, though,
It's
when
probably
they traded
a
Laramie Tunsil to Houston, with the trade they had in this draft by moving back to 12, they now turned Laramie Tunsil, not the greatest tackle.
Yeah.
He's good. He's very serviceable. Not saying nothing bad. Into 4 first-round picks and a third-round pick for Laramie Tunsil. Tell me that ain't crazy.
That's crazy.
So, all this that's going on, Goodell said that there was going to be full capacity. Okay,
Yep.
we all saw that, correct?
We beat COVID,
Yeah, we beat COVID,
but the state.
but right
governors-
now I'm thinking it's him doing a scam because there was already opening day for MLB canceled. COVID, 19th wave. So I'm thinking that he was like, "Hey, yeah, full capacity, blah blah blah," because he knew what was coming. And then Biden said that it was a mistake for Texas to do the Rangers.
Mhm.
Yep.
Take whatever that dude says with a grain of salt.
But what has Biden done that's good so far?
You made it up 9 steps without falling.
That's why you just got to put your guns at the top
But-
of the steps.
He did give me $1,400.
So, but what I'm thinking
But that's
is,
originally what Trump wanted in the first place.
I-
They
I-
just
I'm
wouldn't
just-
vote it in.
I know. I'm just
so
saying.
what I'm, hey, politics, out of here. Trying to get some viewers here. So what I think is like Goodell was like almost knew what was coming,
Yeah.
so he blurted all that out
That way he don't look like the bad guy.
so he doesn't look like the bad guy.
He's basically letting the government be the bad
All the
guys.
players already hate him. He's not going to win nothing over it.
But that'll make him better.
They never wanted to get rid of fans in the first place. They only did it because they had to.
The government basically said no fans.
Right.
Yeah.
If they didn't put regulations on that, there still would have been everybody in the stands. I
It would've been
guarantee
everybody.
that.
Well,
We would have had like 18 super.
I mean, why does he
spreader
care? He
events
makes
every-
$55 million a
Right,
year or whatever
right.
it is. Something
Speaking
stupid.
of bad decisions, the Washington football team, did you see that?
Yeah.
Gave Dan Snyder the okay to run the team.
Oh, yeah. He bought majority.
Yeah.
He's only been in how many different scandals?
So congratulations that your team is now going to suck for
Right.
Yeah.
He hasn't made a good
many years.
He hasn't made a good decision yet, but okay.
Yeah.
First thing that popped in my mind was he's now going to be in charge of what they're going to be called. Do you
He's going to put
do
him
you
right back
trust Dan Snyder to name your football team?
Well, it is his football team, though. He is the owner.
Yes.
So
Officially now.
I'm pretty sure he's going to rename them back to what they were, and he's not going
to.
No, he's not. He's been in too many scandals. He's not doing that. What he's doing, he kept it for football team for a while because he wanted everybody to buy Washington football team merchandise.
It'll be.
Then he's going to change it again, and whenever he changes it again, they're all going to have to buy that new merchandise. So he's being a businessman, is what he's doing.
They will be the Washington good citizens for all.
He may keep that for a little bit and change it again, so everybody has to buy stuff again.
Yeah.
He cares about that moolah.
Well, if you're an owner, that's all you care about. Because
I'm a Bengals fan.
I was gonna say you guys got.
I mean,
I'm just saying
that's all that guy cares about.
Yeah.
He won't even hire a general manager.
Look at the Pirates, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Their payroll's only like $40 million.
As a baseball team,
how many different Dodgers are making $40 million a year?
Like that was the hot topic today on Pat's show was the whole. Let's make sure that the Pirates just get bought out. Like I think there's been talks with
There's a lot of teams that need to be bought out.
Oh yeah.
Well, with no salary cap, I mean, small market teams are just screwed.
No, the salary cap. Here's the thing.
How do you consider the Pittsburgh Pirates a small market? Look at the Pittsburgh market as a whole. That's not a small market.
That's a small market.
Really?
I bet you Pittsburgh's not about the same as Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh's pretty big.
Pittsburgh's really big.
I mean, I ain't saying it's much bigger. But here's the thing. You're talking about the salary cap. I know you guys are talking about baseball, but
yeah.
I'm
Which
talking
there
about
isn't a salary cap.
Nope.
But in football, like the salary cap's going up, right? Do you realize?
Just so I'm putting this, what's Pittsburgh's population there?
302,000.
What's Cincinnati's?
301. No, I didn't say, but I'm saying like the
same population, small market.
But do you consider? I don't consider Cincinnati a small market.
They're absolutely considered a small market.
I consider a town that has only one sports team a small market.
Who the fuck is that?
Milwaukee Brewers.
15. What?
Milwaukee. They only got one team. Milwaukee Brewers. That's it. Or they got the Bucks too, but that's a small market. Yeah, never mind.
And they have,
every hockey, like, low-grade hockey team out there.
Green Bay
They're
Packers.
the Southern Canada.
There ain't no other team in that area of
But
Green
no,
Bay.
okay, where I was going with salary cap.
Milwaukee's population is twice of Pittsburgh.
No, you know what it is? It's Pittsburgh and Cincinnati combined.
How?
You're welcome. See, do you remember when I looked at you stupid? I'm like,
Milwaukee's much bigger than them.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
There's 600,000 people.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's called facts.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I drove through it.
I've actually been there. It's much bigger than you think.
That's probably.
I drove through New York City too, but I didn't know the population.
Yeah,
How much did you pay for a beer at a bar there?
Fuck.
Dude, that's gonna make you mad.
Dude, you would piss me off.
He ordered 2 bottles of beer and they said that'll be $25. He said no.
Here's the thing. No. Okay. See, I was going
tangent.
Keep it in your head. Salary cap. Okay? Because I'm going back to no. Listen to this. I'm from a small town in Ohio. You know what? Who cares? I live in Springboro, Ohio. So me and my buddy decided to go to New York. Never been there. We got friends that live in Long Island, but we're going to stay at the Marriott in New York City.
Oh,
How much was that a night?
We're not going to go over that. I had money. He had money. We were both single. You have money when you're single.
Yep, you do, definitely.
I'm broke as shit now. Got 3 kids, a broken leg, and a wife. So, not only did it take us 45 minutes to find the Marriott in downtown, because
you probably drove past it like 6 times.
drove by it.
All the buildings. Look the
You
same.
mean walk by it with our luggage behind us? Because we don't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We don't know how that shit works.
And nobody has enough money to, unless you're making a lot of money, to use a cab every time you go anywhere.
So
I think it's expensive.
we get to the hotel. put all of our stuff. I was like, hey, did you notice that bar downstairs in the lobby? He's like, yeah. I said, well, why don't we just go down there and have a drink? Because we just got here and we don't have anything. Figure out what we're doing tonight. Cool. So we're out there with the 4-foot map. Like, I mean, you could tell we're a tourist from 8 miles away. And I'm like, bro, I've never had this many bars to choose from. I don't even know where to go. So I handed it to him. Wherever you want to go, man.
That wasn't smart.
If you know my
I
buddy,
know this friend.
if you know my best friend Brock, like Brock, hopefully you're watching this. You need to chime in or comment.
There goes him not putting that phone on silent.
That was you.
Mine's on silent. That's not mine.
Oh, that was Jeremy.
It don't matter. I'm allowed to.
He's the host.
So I hand him the map, which, like he said, bad idea. My boy Brock led him to death. We figure out, he's like, hey, we're here, we're at this dot, and we're gonna go to that dot, and I'm like, I'm just trusting you, and I shouldn't.
That was bad.
I should not.
I love how those
So I'm
stories
like,
go.
hey, we'll take the check. So we were gonna go upstairs and get ready or whatever. And I was like, oh, check. He's like, $24.50. And I'm like, nah, I'm just paying for me. He's got himself. He's like, yeah. What do you? No.
It was just 2 beers.
I just had a
wasn't it?
Bud Light.
$12.25 for Bud Light.
They're like, yes, yes, sir. You know, deep down there, like, yeah, you're not from here. We know. I looked at my buddy and I went, we passed the CVS on the way here, right? I think, yeah, it's just a block away. We went to that son bitch and got a 30 case of PBR. I tell you what, there might have been 3 left before we went out because we knew what we were getting ourselves into. So I understand when
30
like,
pack of PBR. How was the beer shits after that?
if I called Brock before this podcast, my buddy before this podcast, if I called my buddy before this podcast, and I could allow stories, I would tell him. But I don't know if he wants that because he's like the governor of Kentucky and shit. What did I tell you to remind me of?
Salary cap.
Salary cap.
Salary cap, yeah.
So it's going up to
Scatterbrain.
like 200 and some million. That's only going to cover like every person on the roster's extra game check.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have the same problem next year.
No, the salary cap will go way up next year because the new TV deal.
No, but yeah, it's going up.
New TV deal plus more attendance. Cause,
I know, but it's only going up like 40 million. Yeah, that seems huge. But when you
from 182,
okay,
Yeah.
but when you got so many people on the roster, an extra game check, that right there is going to be.
It's not an extra game though because they're paid.
It is an extra game. They already just said
yeah,
that.
but they're not paying them their salary what they normally make for all those other 16 games.
They
It only
just said
goes a certain amount. It's like 250,000.
Right.
like Detroit said that they weren't planning on paying
It's not
golf
even two, it's like
$1.3 million for the 17th game this year.
How do you not pay him when you're playing?
They weren't planning on. They didn't know. So you got to think about if you have 53 men on the roster, an extra game check is going to cover most of that. And then a lot of the people this year did a 1-year deal because they're waiting on that salary cap. Now they might get dicked again.
I don't.
They're only getting 1/36 of their base salary for that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Like
not
I said, golf is getting $1.3 million for the 17th game this year.
That means he makes $5 million this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's making a lot.
I don't
Yeah.
think he makes that much.
Yeah, I saw it like 3
Ram-
times today. Like I don't.
Yeah, he when he went to the Lions, he's getting his full amount that he was going to get at the Rams.
I still can't.
26.5 million.
Okay.
Nowhere near 40-some million.
Yeah, but he's
For it to
getting.
be 1.3.
They said he's getting $1.3 million extra check for that 17th game this year.
I still don't see how it's an extra game because you got 4 preseason games. You're paid for that even if you don't play.
No,
they don't get
no.
You're
This
telling
is
You
me
why
don't, get
they
a,
don't-
you don't get a full game.
They
check.
don't play that shit.
But that's what they're doing now with the 17th game. For 36 weeks, they're giving you 1/36
No.
of your check. but you're not making any extra money.
But you got to think about how many people you got on the roster. That's an extra game check. So it's like, it ain't going up as much as you
but you got to think
it
of
is.
all the people that are making like 300,000, 136. That's like
That's a lot of money for one.
I know, but that's nothing towards a salary cap.
No.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it is.
I'm telling you. How many people you got on the team? You got to pay extra for what? Like, what I'm saying is, it's not taking up the salary cap.
That's
The
only
salary
$8,000
cap.
$8,000 is $8,000.
$8,000 for what?
If you're
for one
all
game.
the minimum people, that's all they're getting extra.
Okay, we're
I'll
not
take-
talking about minimum people. We're talking about the 53-man roster of the people that are starting.
They're not getting extra money like that. I'm reading it right here.
Yeah.
Everything I read, I mean, they're saying that, like, they did not take into consideration when the salary cap went up, everyone's extra game check, which means the salary cap didn't go up a whole lot. And then now all the people that are in they signed a 1-year deal this year, hoping to get, because they knew the salary cap was going up.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole lot of shit going on.
But then again, I'm still under the whole. I mean, and call me the
No, it says
stupid
right here.
fan.
Somebody making 1.7 million, he'd get 100,000 per week, the way it was in the old TBA. Now with the 17th week, he'd get 94,444.
Who
They're
makes
not getting any extra money.
$1.7 million? I'm talking about the people.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. They're not getting more money. They're just taking it and dividing it by a different number, making the same.
They're
Somebody
still
that makes
making the same.
$2.5 million, like Dak Prescott, he's getting 2.35 instead of 2.5.
Then tell me why that came out.
That's why the players are
past-
so mad.
Because they're losing like $2,000 per game instead of.
That's my point. I mentioned earlier, they're mad. They're going to get more. They're going to ask for more. That's why.
So ESPN's wrong, because that's what I'm on
This
right
is
now.
why they're.
Can't explain to him.
I'm looking at it dead right here. This is exactly how it works.
Everyone who had a 1-year deal this year is what I said 5 fucking times. Said
But they're still going to divide
they're
by the same
going to
amount.
ask for more.
They're going to ask for more, but they don't have to give them more. They're getting 1/36
That was
of what they were making, period.
Wasn't that my whole point?
No, somebody that makes that much money is going from 100,000 a week to 94,000 a week. They're still making the same amount of money.
Yeah.
They're just paying it over an extra week.
Yep.
That's all they're doing. They're not making any more money. Salary cap's not going up.
Agreed. And I said, all
So-
the people that signed a 1-year deal for this year are now going to ask for more because there's 17 games.
How are they going to ask for more if they already signed a contract?
Oh, shit. The 1-year deal's for this year, dude. Not for 2022.
Okay, but they don't have to sign them.
Ladies and
My
gentlemen,
point.
We're gonna have a fit.
My point. My point.
The whole point, they're not getting any more money. That's all. The whole point I made. It said they're not getting any more money.
Before this thing.
And you said the salary cap went up to 200. It didn't even move. Salary cap stayed the same.
Oh, fuck. The salary cap didn't move. The salary cap isn't moving next year. Is that what you're saying?
Next year it goes up. Yes.
That's what I said.
You're talking about they're getting paid extra this year. You said Jared Goff's getting an extra 1.3 million. He's not.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what you said.
Please tell him that I said next year 9,000 times.
He did say
It's in the new contract. They don't get any extra money.
Yeah, Jared Goff is not on a 1-year deal.
I know this.
Okay. He's not going to get any.
He's going to have the same base salary next year, whether he
I'm
plays 16
saying
or 17.
in everyone who signed a 1-year deal for 2021.
Oh.
That's why they
Okay.
signed a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Because they knew the salary cap was
Next
going up next
year
year,
isn't
whether they had a 17
2021.
game or not.
Next year isn't 2021. 2021 is this year. I said next year.
So
They're still going to sign a contract and get the same amount paid per year.
Shit. He's
Whether
not-
they pay 47 games.
Caleb, please. Everyone who signed a 1-year deal for 2021 is now going to ask for more, is what I was saying.
What player doesn't ask for more money every year?
Yep.
If their contract's up.
Yep.
That didn't change anything.
Oh,
Nope.
Jesus.
So Dak Prescott didn't ask for more money this year that he just signed? Because he could have just stayed and made 35 million instead of 40 million a year.
My point is, if they know that the salary cap went up that much.
The salary cap has gone up every year for
Yes.
like 20 some
I was
years.
going to say, this is the first year it didn't go up, and that's because of COVID.
In 20 some years.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for proving my point again. This is why how many
that proving the point?
people signed for a 1-year deal?
How many people sign for a 1-year deal every year?
Lots. Not as near. They didn't even sniff how many people signed
Because
for a
the
1-year
salary
deal
cap
this
went
year.
down.
Yeah.
Yes.
It went
So
down by
it's
20
going
million.
up.
That's why they signed a 1-year deal, because they knew it went down before they even signed.
All right.
It has nothing to do with the 17th game.
So I was gonna say, look at Juju. Juju signed a 1-year deal because he knew he's gonna get paid. He's going to get paid.
Yeah.
There is no.
And then next year he's going to get paid what? Less or more?
He's gonna get paid more.
Thank you. That's my point.
So Dak Prescott didn't get paid more this year?
He signed a multi.
Right, but he went from 30 million to 40 million. So he
Because
didn't
he
go up.
signed a multi-million.
Because he knew the salary cap was going up.
Yeah.
Did Juju make $8 million last year? Did Juju make $8 million last year?
Probably.
He
No.
was on his rookie deal.
Oh, he's on.
Yeah.
So did he get a raise this year with a lower salary cap?
No, he took a pay cut this year.
Yeah.
Juju.
Why? No, he didn't take a pay cut.
He just didn't sign a bigger contract.
Oh.
He made about $7 million more than he made last year. This year.
Well, because he's off of his rookie contract. So yeah, with no rookie contract, you can basically get whatever you
That's
want.
one point. He asked for more.
Well,
money.
here,
he could have played for $1 million again this year.
Yeah. good.
Because without Juju, you would have had just Claypool, and that's not good.
That's not
And Deontay Johnson.
Shut up. Or we could have had, what's his name from the Colts that we.
Okay,
picked
speaking
up
of
that
wide
I don't like.
receivers.
Tyler Lockett signed a huge fucking contract.
Yes, he did. Man.
Speaking
I'm
of
not
wide
sure he's worth
receivers,
that.
would you rather have Devontae Smith or Pitts?
Pitts.
That's
Uh,
So why is that all about Devontae Smith?
He's
Devontae-
third on every board I've seen.
because
Everybody has
Devontae
Pitts and
Smith-
Chase going before Smith.
Devontae Smith is
And then
small,
Mac Jones
and
is now all of
he-
a sudden second again. Like I said before.
Yeah.
How?
Second, third to San
He's
Francisco.
third.
Jets are enamored with Zach Wilson. He's going to the Jets.
He's going
that
on
too.
Jets. Yeah.
You want to bet?
This is
You want
the
to bet?
week
Because this is
that
that pre-draft shit
yeah.
that everyone's like, I like him because they want someone else.
But this is the.
Because guess what?
Okay, so
Oh,
with
the Browns wanted Sam Darnold.
I never heard the Browns say they wanted
I
Sam.
never
I heard
heard they said
everybody
that.
say they think.
And Rosen.
I never heard.
Rosen. Never heard one thing about Baker Mayfield.
I did. I heard he wanted to go to the Browns the entire time.
No.
Yeah.
How did you hear that? And I listen to Browns radio religiously.
Dude, it was all over.
I always heard it was between you guys were taking between Baker or Darnold.
I heard, and Baker
never
was the
said-
clear cut because people.
No, they always said Darnold was the clear cut. But I always heard that, but they were going between those two.
I think after Sam's pro day though, he I don't know what that is, but
I don't know. It's every time you do something over there.
I'm just sitting here though. But anyways,
there ain't nothing going on over here.
After Sam had his pro day, he kind of lost that position to Baker.
Okay, pro days.
Pro days are stupid.
Okay,
I
get this.
agree.
No.
Then if that was happening, Mac Jones ain't going nowhere because he was overthrowing people and all kinds of shit in his pro day.
And here's the
And
thing.
he had 2 pro days.
The best pro day in history is Johnny Manziel.
Ugh.
Because remember, he's the first person. He put a helmet and pads on and still made every throw.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater pulled a Caleb, shit the bed.
Speaking of shit in the bed, just for 1 second, I just got a text. My son finally shit in the potty. First time. I'm proud of it. Just had to throw that out there. Way to go, bro.
Yeah, good job.
Good.
Sorry, I had to throw that one out
You
there.
shit your
proud
pants earlier.
Proud dad moment. Just had to throw that out there real quick.
Like father, like son. Shit in the
I got a
pants.
picture.
Oh.
There's no toilet paper, I'm concerned.
That's because she wiped him with a wipe. She ain't going to put it in there. There's no water in that. It's a toilet on the floor.
Should we go back to that about your toilet?
We shouldn't. Not at all.
One of his kids got a shitty ass.
There's someone out there with poop between your cheeks. I'll tell you that. So my Browns. Let's just continue with my boys.
Oh, because we were talking about shit?
Yeah.
Yes, good segue, Dick.
I still have that shirt somewhere. If it's brown, flush it down. I think it's got like a hole in it, though. I still wear it.
I love how he's like giving me the death stare, but yet you're the one who said it.
He should be used to me by now.
I don't give a shit. I'll punch either one of you.
I'll punch back. I don't know
So
if he's
there's
punching
multiple people on the Browns like texting Jadeveon Clowney, please come sign with us. Would you rather have him or
Will you quit touching shit over there?
it's every time you touch that. Would you rather have Alden Smith or
Clowney.
I'd rather have Alden Smith.
I would too.
Really?
He's going to be cheaper.
Oh,
And I think he'll get the same production at least. At least the same production.
And
he has less mileage on him.
could probably last
Alden
more than
Smith?
4 games.
Alden Smith didn't play in the league for like 4 years.
Yeah,
5 years.
He was a beast for
That's not
Dallas.
He was on a track to break some records with San Francisco.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
until he like put a bomb in his crotch at the
And
airport.
then
or
couldn't stop drinking
something like that.
alcohol.
Can you stop touching mics?
You're going to be banned from the mic.
It's not me.
How's it us? We're not touching
I
anything.
just think it's interference from something. I don't know what.
Yeah, you.
Anyways,
I would rather
totally forgot about
I would
that.
rather reconstruct Olivier Vernon. We still have him. People
What?
don't. Olivier Vernon?
You still have him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why not keep him?
Yeah.
He was an animal last year at the end of the season. But
Because of that stupid salary cap going down for the first time in a long time. A lot of people cut people they didn't want to cut.
hold on. I have to say this. I forgot all about this. So, speaking of defense people, Kyle Van Noy, we know, signed a 4-year deal with Miami, and then somehow
Played 1 year.
They
And
said-
now he's back to New England.
they said go home, and it's still
in the division.
still mind-boggling to me. In the same division, like, go ahead,
He's
kid.
going to
Go ahead and
seriously
kill us for the next 3 years.
I was gonna say he's gonna kill Tua.
But he was on the PBS show, and they were
PBS,
talking about like, how do you feel about like moving back? And he's like,
Did you say PBS?
PPS,
You mean PMS?
whatever the fuck it is.
Pac McAfee show.
I know. I'm not giving him credit. He might have like 2 or 3 more followers than me.
2 or 3 more.
It's a small regional.
Hey Pat, come on the show. Hey, boost our ratings.
You don't live far from here.
No,
Indianapolis.
AJ Hawk. Hey, bro. Just down the road.
We'll let you come and smoke cigars and everything.
I'll give you gas money. I got cigars. Calvin, and they were like, "How do you feel about moving to Baltimore?" He's like, "Oh, it's great." Like,
Baltimore.
or
New England.
Boston.
I was
Awesome.
like, Baltimore?
Yep. Just keep drinking. There you go.
Mini stroke. So he's like, "How do you feel about going to Boston?" And he's like, "Oh, it's great to go back home." He's like, "What was great is I came back up here and my wife packed our house, put it in the U-Haul, and drove it here."
She's like, we're getting the
They couldn't,
fuck out of Miami.
Hold on.
they couldn't afford Mayflower or whatever it's
Listen,
called.
Kyle Van Noy. You can afford 2 men in a truck. I
Right.
promise. I can. If my wife saw Kyle Van Noy's, you want to drink of that?
You got issues?
You want to drink? If my wife
That's the
saw Kyle Van Noy's paycheck, and that was in my bank account,
She would have hired a
Blake,
bookers.
I'm telling you right now, Blake wouldn't have picked up a fucking fork and packed it.
No.
Let alone drive to you. First of all, I wouldn't trust my wife driving to you.
No.
No.
What?
I wouldn't trust her driving a go-kart.
He said this right on the Pat McAfee show, and no one questioned him. Like, oh yeah, my wife packed up the U-Haul and drove it all across country, and my first question would be like, hey, bro. You know you can afford 2 men in a truck or the Mayflower or
I'm pretty sure
even a private jet to pick your house up and move it to.
I'm pretty sure the Patriots would have paid for it. You could have had that put in the
Probably.
contract. They wouldn't have cared about that
Probably.
little...
I'm pretty
couple
sure,
grand it would've
I'm
cost.
pretty sure they didn't even have a permanent residence down there. I think it was just probably a small, like, whatever they had. I'm thinking she was probably pissed off at Miami that she was like, we just need to get the fuck out of here.
I don't know why. I'd much rather live in Miami than Boston.
I would live in Boston way before Miami.
I would live in Boston before Miami. I don't care about the cold weather. I do.
First of all, don't speak Spanish.
Yep.
Who says you have to live in the Spanish part of Miami?
Do you
It's
realize,
not all Spanish.
Do you realize Miami
It's a big portion.
is the Spanish part
It's
of
the Cuban,
Florida?
right? It's the Cuban.
Cuban Spanish.
Right.
Yeah.
Menus are in Spanish.
Okay. They understand cheeseburger. I can still order a
I'd rather live
cheeseburger.
in Boston.
I wouldn't rather live in Boston.
To be honest, I just
Anybody I
rather
know that's
live
ever
in
been to
Nashville.
Boston doesn't even like it up there.
Well, you don't.
I know a
live-
couple people that have been that visited there.
You don't
People
even,
are from there, and they,
that's the thing is that you don't really live in Boston. You live on the outskirts of Boston.
and it's more expensive to live there than it is Miami.
Well, yeah.
Boston?
Yes.
No.
No.
They say
No.
Miami. Yeah, you go ahead and Google that. Your last Google backfired. So,
No, it didn't.
yeah, it did.
You
Oh, it
somehow
did.
you're smarter than ESPN.
Oh, it did.
Okay.
Di-
Pretty sure they have more sources
Okay.
than you do.
Go ahead. Who? Ariel Helwani?
ESPN.
Oh God. Ariel Hawani, you're never welcome on the show.
Why?
He's a douche.
You're a douche.
He is. He's worse than Michael Rappaport.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
Michael
is.
Rappaport is like the equate version of Larry Bird. If you, you know what?
Median house cost in Miami $329,000. Median house cost in Boston $602,000.
Okay, we're not talking about Boston. We're talking about the outskirts of Boston.
No, I said
No.
Boston and I
No,
said Miami.
I
I,
said
didn't say
Boston.
anything
You
about
said-
the outskirts.
But here's the thing: Boston is this big.
Yeah. Miami is this big.
Okay, so did you see where Herb Street got pissed because they said that Pat did the work ethic of Justin Fields?
Yeah.
I don't have any clue about his work ethic, but what I do have a problem is Justin Fields, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Got so much praise for a 4.4 or 40.
Yep.
4.444.
What does that? Can you please tell me the big deal about that with quarterback, please?
Nobody cares about what the 40 is of a quarterback. They should.
Because tell me what Tom Brady's was, Peyton Manning's was.
7.2.
You could time Tom Brady's with a sundial.
And Peyton Manning was even slower, I think.
The only position that needs to worry about the 40 is wide receivers and running backs. Everybody else does not need to run. I have never seen.
Not even necessarily running backs.
Okay.
DBs.
DBs, yes.
Point
But
this out.
ask
So
me.
Miami is 24.2% less expensive than Boston.
There's no way.
I can't do that. Anyways,
Only because I listened to a podcast of someone who moved from Boston
Oh, I'm sure there's
to
very
Miami,
expensive.
and they were like,
I'm sure there's very expensive places to live in Miami.
Probably.
Especially if you live like right on the beach or something. I'm not saying there's not a very stupid expensive place to live in Miami.
But there's also
overall, the cost of living in
And-
Boston is higher than Miami.
and that's probably also because you got to look at what Miami has there. They have a lot of immigrants. They have a lot of poor housing. So yeah, it's going to be that way most likely. Not being just not
there
going
is a
off
lot of poor shit going on in Miami.
there.
There's a lot of
Remember
bad
Josh
parts of Boston either. Have you?
Josh Gordon was roaming around the streets looking to blow somebody for a rock.
But back to our topic of
I just
before I'm sorry, I've never seen and I never will see why it matters that a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman has to run a 40 as fast as anyone else.
All they care about for offensive line
Is that supposed to for their
is the
explosivity?
is the 10 yards, the first 10 yards.
Yeah.
That's how fast they get off the line. That's all they care about for an
So
offensive line.
why-
So I don't even know why they run a whole 40.
I was gonna say, why do they run a whole 40? They should run a 10.
I understand they should, but it's just I don't know. It's the underwear Olympics.
That's true.
I don't know, and I watch it, so I can't say nothing.
like again,
I get, but the only thing that cares is the 10-yard split.
huge Ohio
Offen-
State fan. But
All I care about is the
I'm
throws he
gonna
was
test
making.
you, Caleb. How many yards rushing did Dan Marino have in his career?
No.
Like 7.
Probably less than 100.
It was less than 100.
I'm gonna say like 80 something.
I was gonna say he wasn't a running quarterback.
The thing that they keep saying bad about Justin Fields is
Is
that
this a runner?
no, it has nothing to do with running.
Oh.
They said he can't get through his progressions because he made like 200 and some throws to his first progression. But if that guy's fucking open, why do you go to your second one?
I was gonna say
That's what I can't stand. If the guy's open and he hits the guy that's open, That's all that matters.
Let's go.
He's open. You're not
supposed.
supposed to go to your second progression if the guy's open.
Can we?
That's how you play quarterback.
Can we look at Ben Roethlisberger's stats last year? Because I'm pretty sure he threw.
Nobody wants to talk about. I want to call him what I call him, but I'm not going to because.
He probably got to his first progression. That was all he threw to. Because
Well, yeah, he never threw more than like 7 yards.
You wanna know why? His arm strength wasn't up. You know why?
Because he ain't watching the Pornhub.
Because he's off the hub.
And had multiple shoulder surgeries. Or elbow and a shoulder surgery or something like that.
How do you rebuild that muscle?
You would know.
You want your boy to get. This is for. That's why. He mentioned the hub a couple times. Him and Roethlisberger.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I told Art Rooney just to put it on the big jumbotron. Who cares if the kids are in the audience? They'll learn that.
Probably
someday.
his lawsuits.
Oh, well,
Remember about the owners liking their money? Somebody else would be owning the team. They would sue for so much. That class action lawsuit would be gigantic.
It would be like the scene from Bad Boys 2. The lady in the video store. You got porno and homo.
You motherfuckers need Jesus.
what was this?
Bad Boys 2.
When they showed the
Yeah.
they showed the porn scene in the video store.
Yeah. That was bad.
That would literally be the entire outcry of Pittsburgh. You motherfuckers need Jesus putting that stuff on the jumbotron. Right after Renegade, they just put porn on. The entire state would be going.
Okay, first of all, if you don't like Bad Boys movies,
I can't talk to you.
no.
Nah,
I can quote those movies.
Yep.
Even the newest one,
Yeah.
which is the greatest on surround sound, by the way.
And speaking of, since we're talking about Pornhub and money,
I don't know where this is going, ladies and gentlemen.
speaking of Bad Baby, Cash Me Outside girl,
Oh yeah.
she made an OnlyFans because she just turned 18 and made $1 million in 12 hours. 12 hours. That's how horny our population is. She's only 18, just turned 18, and people paid her $1 million
In 12 hours?
in 12 hours.
So is she no longer the Cash Me Outside? She's now the Cash Me on OnlyFans.
Yeah. What?
I'm not even mad. I'm jealous.
I'm
Is all
jealous
saying.
too.
12 hours and you made $1 million?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the comments, let me know what I need to do on OnlyFans. To make $1 million in 12 hours, I will do it.
If I make $1 million in the whole year,
I'm
I'll
telling
get
you.
on that bitch every day for a year
I'm
to make $1
telling
million.
you, we just need to do pictures of people's feet. Make money. There's some sick people.
Let's
out
not
there.
go with that weird.
Right. Well, why? Why?
Because there's sick people.
There's
out
a
there.
lot of weird things that he says behind
Right.
the camera. And you know why? Because his face is in a
I want
camera.
to see his personal computer. I want to see his search history.
No,
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
yeah,
I'm not afraid to look.
You should be.
I'll give you my camera. Or my phone.
Your camera?
I don't want your
Whoa.
camera.
Whoa!
do you guys have a camera in your bedroom or something we don't know about?
Why does he want to see you naked?
I did not say that.
I don't. You insinuated. He insinuated.
I did not. I just said.
Did he not insinuating?
He said, "I will give you my camera," and I asked, "Do you have a camera in your bedroom?" That's.
Yeah, but they can't see you on camera. We saw your big smile as you said that.
I smile whenever I talk. I'm smiling now.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
That's because you're looking at the Chubb Hub because you're looking at Pornhub.
No. There is no part.
Because you
anything
get a
that-
Chubb Hub when you watch Pornhub.
There is no part of Chubb that makes me want to do anything other than smack him.
I don't know, man. Don't look at me.
I'm talking
He
about.
said.
Okay,
He said.
Can you reach his mic
Stop.
and turn it off?
I'm
Stop.
talking about Nick Chubb.
Turn your mic off.
Nick Chubb.
He said, when I think of a chub, all I want to do is smack it.
I know. I heard him.
Yeah. Nope. Don't talk on the mic. Don't talk on the mic.
I'm done.
We're going.
You
I
should
know.
be. You
I
should
know.
be.
I know.
You smacked it enough.
Oh, I hate you.
Can we at least? No. Can we at least talk about? Since our last podcast, no one would know that we talked about it, Caleb.
Sorry.
But
This is the worst podcast in history.
It got because of Caleb. Ngannou knocked out Stipe. Okay,
Yeah.
Everyone in the world probably knows.
But
this.
how bad did that hurt your feelings a little bit? Did it hurt a little bit?
It didn't because I knew Stipe he was like Forrest Griffin. You remember Forrest Griffin? He has to get hit before he fights. And I'm like,
yeah, but you don't let Nagano hit you.
You can't let, but that's how Stipe worked.
It didn't work.
So I said, get the mic away from your mouth,
Well,
Caleb.
Listen to somebody or read it somewhere. The first time they fought,
Stipe
won.
Stipe wore him out.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, at that time, I didn't know something I learned. You guys might know. Ngannou was only doing MMA for 4.5 years at that point.
Yeah.
No.
No, he said this came out of his mouth.
It came out of his.
This came out of Ngannou's mouth.
Yeah.
No, he was
Francis Ngannou is the one that said this.
He was only.
I was listening to it on a podcast.
He was only fighting professionally. Fighting MMA and fighting
Because they asked him
professionally
why
is
he was so
different.
much better. He said, I've only been doing MMA for 4.5. Well, with his accent, obviously.
No.
But 4.5 years. Now I've learned more stuff. I don't know exactly how he said it.
And he still, till this day, Ngannou even said it on, I think it was the Pat McAfee or Errol Hawani. He said that Stipe's the better fighter. He's overall better. Like,
everybody got a puncher's chance, and he's got the punch.
Yes.
Right.
Did you also see where John Jones said 10 million wasn't enough?
And Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis said, shit, give me 8 million.
He said, I'll do it for 8. My balls is hot.
He said, shit.
Derek Lewis is by far my favorite fighter right now. It was Stipe.
I don't give a crap. It was give me 8 million, I'll do it.
He said, give me 8 million, I'll do it. Shit.
Yeah. He's great on
I
Twitter,
almost got on Twitter and be like, 600,000. I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
I'll get knocked out. Don't worry.
Don't care.
No.
I love Derek Lewis. Actually, after Derek Lewis's last fight, they were like, "Oh, so you're in contention for the title fight?" He's like,
I don't want no title fight.
"He said, well, fuck that." He goes, "I don't want any 5-round fight." He said, "Dana, give me a 3." Until he saw that John Jones turned down 10 mil, he's like, "I'll do it for 8."
He'll go. He's like, I'll go 10 rounds. Shit.
Oh, speaking
of 5 rounds,
yeah,
Diaz fight
The
first non-championship fight to go 5 rounds.
First co-main non-title.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised that Diaz even took this fight.
He wanted the fight for some reason. Why would you take a 5-round co-main fight without a title in the line?
I don't know.
Yeah, why fight 5 rounds if you don't have to?
Exactly. So there's something in there that Diaz agreed to. He's getting paid.
Leon,
I guarantee that.
But here's the thing: Leon Edwards is an animal.
Yeah. Well, so is Diaz though. But then again, Diaz hasn't fought for 2 years?
No, I mean it's a younger animal and an older animal is much different.
But we're also talking about a older animal who
This
has
is what
no
we're talking.
damn gas
This
tank.
is also. I mean, you could say that like because of Stipe and Ngannou. Animal.
Older animal, younger animal. Yeah, I get you now. But once again, it's Nate Diaz, and every time Diaz fights, except for that one rare fight,
He always puts on a show.
He puts on a show, and he drags the fighters to deep water because he's got cardio for days. And that's why I'm thinking he won the 5-round fight.
Who has cardio for days?
Nate Diaz. Dude's
He can get punched on for days. I don't know about cardio for days, but he'll get punched on for days.
He has cardio, but not for like as much as some.
Yeah, but he could.
When you get older, cardio's harder.
But he could probably drag Leon Edwards to deep waters.
Because Leon Edwards can also wear your ass out in the first round.
But then again, look at Diaz. Diaz has always been. He gets worn out.
Listen, as much as I know that I wouldn't want to hang out with the Diaz brothers, they don't have. You think Garrett's don't care?
They definitely don't care.
Diaz's don't care at all.
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson didn't care. Like he started this Triller, and now Oscar De La Hoya wants to fight. Holyfield wants to fight. Like,
Yeah, they about $25 million for Evander Holyfield and Tyson to fight again.
No.
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
it was
would
$25 million.
I would love to see it, but I don't want to see it.
Oh, take my money. I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would love to see
If
it. But I don't
Tyson
want
was
to see
fighting
it.
Tyson's my favorite boxer of all time.
I know.
I don't care what he's done.
I can't believe
He's my
De
favorite
La
boxer of all
Hoya
time.
wants to come back. That guy needs to just.
He has more dresses to buy.
I have no problem with these legends wanting to fight. Like,
Right.
yeah, take my money, but I mean, I don't expect you to be able to chew steak for much longer. But take my money. I'll watch you fight.
Right.
I'm still mad about. They said Floyd Mayweather won that fight
On what?
against Oscar.
Oh,
first one.
that was bad. Was that 2007?
It was a long time ago, and all I know is like the punches landed was like 500 to 47, and somehow 47 won. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Eh.
No, it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You probably.
We were at a watch party in the Oregon district.
No,
watching it
Not,
with a
everyone was celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Celebrating like Oscar, aha, Mayweather lost.
Yeah. Yeah,
Then we
they-
saw the results and everyone went, just look.
When they announced the scorecards, everyone was like, "Wait a minute, what fight were they watching?"
I mean that was the most lopsided fight that they called another way that I've ever seen.
Well, what's his? Was it?
Hold on, before this, do you think John Jones will cop out?
Yeah, he's not gonna fight.
He already tweeted Dana,
Release
cut
me
me, release me.
He's.
because 10 million wasn't enough.
I'm sorry, John Jones.
Do you realize
got set up-
Stipe only made 1.2 in this last fight?
Yeah.
You're gonna make
Yeah.
roughly 10 times the amount, and
That the
that's not
champion made.
That's not enough.
That the champion made.
Now, granted, John Jones, even though he's a douche canoe, like in the light heavyweight, like we saw Adesanya. We saw what happens when you jump. So why would we pay you record-breaking deal when that could happen to you?
Right.
And the thing is unless John Jones gets up to 260 something, he's never gonna be as muscle.
Well, first of all, you can't get much to 260 something when 265 is the max.
Well, no, I'm saying John Jones last weighed in when he posted on Twitter. He was 226.
He's supposedly up to like 242.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he hasn't.
But is that all muscle, or is it just what he weighs now?
That's
That's a lot of muscle to put on.
Well,
That's
I-
He's
very
also been known to fail.
But the guy that
Again,
weighed in-
I don't like John Jones, but
He knows how to fight.
he has
Right.
one blemish on his record, and it was bullshit. But how many of those did he scathe by?
He's
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like especially later on in his career as champion, he was there was a lot of
I'm
fights.
trying to remember
where
who said
he-
it. Did you see somebody said that John Jones, can you please beat up Jake Paul, and we'll take that blemish off your record? I
Oh,
can't remember
yeah, I
who
saw
said it
that,
now.
yeah.
No.
I have to look it up.
No, that was someone said that to Ben Askren.
No.
They said we will take that Jorge Masvidal
yeah, maybe it was
loss
Yeah.
off the
Yeah, that's what
record
it was.
if you please beat Jake Paul.
I will say.
And I have my opinions on this Askren.
We would have known about
And-
that. It was on the last. But
I know, but something's going to be fixed. Something has to be fixed because Ben Askren can take a punch.
Yep.
Not a knee.
I mean, he took.
Not a flying knee.
Well, nobody can take a knee. But who the fuck can take a knee? But
Colin Kaepernick. He took a knee.
you said that on my podcast.
I said that on your podcast.
Colin
You asked.
Kaepernick, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
We won't give you shit. We won't give you shit at all. I said stop doing that shit.
I've done it like 47 times.
Yes. But it's been so
I don't even know what the hell I was talking about.
We're talking about Ben Askren
Taking a punch.
getting the fight
But-
fixed.
Jake Paul is. I don't want to. Like I said, like he has better boxing.
Skills.
Yeah, but Ben Askren can.
Take him.
He wins in trash talk. I can tell you that. First of all, when Ben Askren put his face on his face and he did that weak ass like swing, and I'm like, what just happened? His boxing went out the window.
Yep.
So if Ben Askren get in his head,
yep.
maybe.
I like when I watched that.
And when Dana White says he's gonna put $2 million on it, something's got to be fixed because he ain't gonna publicly say that for no reason.
But like, I just have to put it out there that watching that,
$2 million is also nothing to him. But
Jake Paul is the worst trash talker ever, at least in the fight game.
Here's the thing: you don't have to be a good trash talker. Fight well.
Right, that's all that matters.
But the thing is to be able to get.
I
your
fought someone
head.
who said, "Hey, what do you have to say to him?" Pointing to me, and he goes, "I will punch you hard." I'm like, "Wow, that's what you got, huh?"
Yeah.
Man of many words.
Yeah.
Guess what? He punched me hard, very hard. But so trash talk has nothing to do with it.
That's true.
But,
like I said, it's just for me. The problem that goes into it is Jake Paul is sitting there talking all this trash about how he's going to knock him out, how he's going to do all this, and Ben Askren was just playing with him. He had him.
When doesn't Jake Paul talk trash?
I don't know. That was the first time I've ever seen the guy. Literally, I don't watch YouTube for him.
He was talking trash to everybody trying to get a fight to make money.
First of all,
that's all.
But I hear
he's just so annoying that somebody wants to.
I hear they're the brothers that you would want to hang out with nonstop. They're geniuses. They're marketing geniuses.
Oh, yeah.
It's
well,
like, it's like Connor. They say Connor. If you take him outside of the cameras, you're gonna be like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah,
but that's what
they're geniuses.
Yeah.
Connor turns it on when he needs to, just like
I would have Amir Garrett over any of them.
I mean, look at the popularity he got. He makes his own whiskey. How much did he make just from his whiskey selling?
Oh, they said
it was something ungodly.
He's set for life. He doesn't have to fight.
They said he's on the rate for being a billionaire.
Yeah,
just by running his mouth.
I will run my mouth straight.
Because let's
Fuck
see.
you.
I mean, he was backing it up for a while.
I will beat your ass, Caleb. I will beat your ass, Dick.
Because I mean,
but nobody's going to pay to watch that.
Look at what Connor has done
with
his name.
Our family members.
He's not only made his own clothing line, the August McGregor clothing line. He's got his own whiskey. He's got his own sports entertainment. Huh?
They bought him out. He sold it. That's where he just made a crap ton of money.
He sold his...
The proper 12.
Nuh-uh, did he? I didn't see that.
What you said?
I thought he's just making it because... nonetheless, he's got his own clothing line. He's got his own sports booking company. What do they call that? McGregor Entertainment or something like that. He's got McGregor Fast, which is his own nutrition plan and all that kind of stuff. He sells his own products in. I mean, the dude took his name and took his fame and cashed in on it.
I'm not hating on the dude. I would hang out with McGregor tomorrow.
I would too.
12 Irish whiskey founded by McGregor and his manager had been purchased by the beverage company Beckley. Conor McGregor reportedly received 122 million pounds GBP, which equals about 155 million US dollars.
Not bad.
If those numbers are accurate, McGregor's total net worth will be about 300 million now.
He made 350 on the Mayweather fight.
Yeah. So he
probably spent some of it. I don't know how they get the net worth, but
yeah.
he said they made about 155 million, but he's probably got to split that with his manager. But still, that's
a lot of money.
Still, what, $77.5 million?
That's a lot of money. And I mean, have you ever seen his clothing line? Those are not cheap.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about. I mean, he made $77 million just from selling his whiskey.
And him and Poirier are going to make bank July 10th.
Yeah, they just signed. Well, I know Poirier just signed it.
Well, that's like Dana White was talking about. Which once again we talked about this last week. Sorry about the podcast for it, but
stop talking right now.
You better to it.
You're posting the 3 before this one.
I know. I gotta
you do know?
I gotta do 3 before I do 4.
Yeah.
And technically,
as we posted 2 before 1.
That's because 1 had me going. the entire time.
Now we have 4 doing that. Hey, just stop. Just stop.
This is why this podcast is hilarious.
Because you shit the bed?
Yes.
No.
How would they know if it's hilarious?
First
you
of all,
shit the bed.
Our Reds shit the bed.
Oh, God.
Opening day.
Boston shit the bed too.
We're not
No,
talking
cares
about Boston.
Boston. Caleb, put the mic down.
Hey, at least you guys scored.
I know. That's what we already made fun of you for this.
I know.
Start the game. Sneeze.
6-0.
Go make popcorn. Come back, sit down. 6-0. What?
It was 6-0 with 1 out.
I knew it was the most Reds thing when there were going to be snow flurries on opening day. But to go that way 6 minutes and come back. I thought they were showing highlights of last year. I'm like, no. Wait, what happened? Yeah, I know. We sucked last year. Oh, wait. Oh, that's actually what happened.
Have you realize how bad we start seasons? Not
No.
including this one.
No. We either start them strong and fail,
Listen,
or fail,
here's just a stat.
and then finish strong when it doesn't matter.
Last year we started 1-4. The year before we started 1-8. The year before we started 2-9 or 2-13. The year before, at the end of April, we were 9 games back in the division already. That's the last, whatever that was, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. That's how bad. I don't know what we do in March and April. We just.
All-star break.
Oh yeah, let's go on that.
Okay, yeah.
That's my phone. My bad.
We know.
I was gonna say it's not my phone.
Like we know Caleb shit the bed. We know that noise is your phone.
Hey, keep talking. I need top off. You guys do your job.
We need a interesting fact of the day.
Wow. I said keep talking, and
Right.
you're waiting for me to make a statement.
I'm just
Keep
saying.
talking so I can
Let's look.
I can come
While we're
back.
still on baseball, let's talk about Francisco Lindor.
Oh man.
10 years, $341 million.
My son is quitting football and wrestling.
$341 million over 10 years. That is insane.
That is ridiculous amounts of money.
I wonder if they're going to screw this one up and pay him for life like they did Bobby Bonilla. I mean, Tatis's was what? Somewhere around that range. Now you got his. That's just insane the amount of money. That's why they need a salary cap in baseball.
Well, look at
Then we wouldn't have
who is it?
all these big market teams.
Oh, Pujols. Pujols signed a huge money contract to go to the
Yeah, that was like
Angels.
10 years, 225, which was awesome. Huge then.
That was huge then, but now look at it. He fell off the face of the earth. He doesn't
Well, they're
do
also
nearly
talking
the
about
production
now
he wanted to do.
that they think he's 3 years older than he kept saying his entire career.
Oh.
They think he's like 40 because he said something like saying this happened when he was a certain age, like 13. He was 13 years ago. I can't remember what it was exactly, but the man was definitely a hitting machine.
He was a
in his
hitting
prime.
machine. Yeah, and then
I hated
basically
playing that guy.
10-year salary or 10-year deal, and after year 4,
Fully, and everything's fully guaranteed in baseball.
Yep.
You getting it no matter what.
I was gonna say, what isn't A-Rod still being paid by the Yankees, or his contract fulfilled?
He's probably done now. I mean, he's been out for years now,
Yeah.
unless they prorated it like they do.
I know he
like
didn't
quit because
he didn't
we're like
complete
still
his-
paying Griffey or something.
Yeah,
He hasn't played now many years.
He didn't complete his contract with them. I don't think he retired before it was over.
Yeah, but I don't know if you get it if you retire.
Yeah.
I think if you actually say you're retiring, like you don't get it
No,
because you quit at that point.
that's true.
Who's that dude that's getting paid for the next like 20 years?
Bobby
Bobby
Bonilla.
Bonilla. We just said that. July 1st is
I
National Bobby
said
Bonilla
keep
Day.
talking while I finish my drink. I didn't know.
You had your headphones on. You can hear.
He was
That doesn't
tuning
stop
us
you from.
out.
It doesn't stop you from listening
I was focused.
because you turned around with headphones on. Do you only read lips or what?
Listen, when I said
Well, obviously, he doesn't just.
that I'm
he
just
listens- he
I'm
listens to
going
me
off
half
the
time.
rip because this week was a little bit of a. This is what I got on my screen, ladies and gentlemen. Sheep. Makes me look smarter.
No, it doesn't.
Well, they would know that I had glasses on last episode to make me look smarter, but we wouldn't know
Yeah,
that.
but we know you don't wear glasses. They were just fake.
All right, for the fun fact of the day. God damn it.
It's a good way to end the regular podcast. This is with Dick just ripping on you.
So, I guess I could just close this and say that I'm just looking at sheep.
Right now, you were looking at a black screen. What even sheep?
You could have said I was doing calculus or shit. Okay, so
You know
fun fact
calculus?
Fun fact of the day.
What are you looking at me for?
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because being here and producing this is funny. This is the best part of my entire
is it?
week.
Because producing is
Means you post
pretty much not your job.
You
because
posted somewhere to produce.
we're like 5 episodes ahead of what you've posted.
Oh, well.
So fun fact of the...
Like I said,
stop talking.
Worst podcast in history.
Worst producer.
That's also true.
Take your nom nom socks over
We're not disagreeing.
I admitted it. You don't have to disagree or agree.
Put the mic down.
I'm learning how to do this.
Down.
People.
Down.
Here, just
So, a lot of...
Don't touch the board.
Did you turn my mic off?
turn my mic off.
Thank God. Ferrets. So, I want...
How many times did somebody say our last name was Ferret growing up?
Ferrets. So, I kept it with the animals. I'll try to change it up. But did you know that female ferrets, if they get so horny, they die?
Why wouldn't they just go find love?
So, pretty much, my pitch to Blake is going to be later. Do you know if I was a ferret,
So now you're a female?
I would die?
You said female ferrets.
You did say female.
Either way, what kind of animal you get so horny you
I mean,
die?
you kind of look like a ferret.
Really? Is that where we're going? Is that where we're going?
I need some popcorn for this one.
Anybody that's listening, all 6 of you, put in the comments what you think he looks like, animal-wise, and what I look like, animal-wise. And then we're going to talk about this the next episode. If Caleb even posts it, because the last couple episodes he just decided to keep in his archives. I don't know if he's thumb rolling it at home, if he likes us that much. I don't. Fuck it. What are you doing with him, Caleb? All right.
One of them is stored on Dick's computer that we haven't been
Okay.
able to access yet.
Put your mic down.
I'm putting my mic
Put your mic down. Put your mic down. This is the end of episode. Who the hell knows? Because of Caleb. But like, subscribe to Caleb. You're not allowed to have a mic now. You're allowed to have a mic now. You're allowed to have a mic now. Tell them where they can find us.
Garrett's Don't Care on YouTube, Garrett's Don't Care on Facebook, and GDC podcast something on Twitter. Just follow Facebook. We don't care about Twitter.
What the fuck?
We don't care
Why
about
is he
Twitter.
here?
What is it on Twitter? Isn't there an underscore in there somewhere?
Ladies and gentlemen, say goodbye to Caleb. Episode 5 will be coming. See ya.
Later, guys.
Deuces.
What the fuck, Caleb?